Do you want to take a cruise in 2024 but you think it's too expensive? Today I'm going to tell you some tips and tricks on how to get the best price for your next cruise. Hello everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Ben and I like to travel. Hit the subscribe if you would like to travel with me. So today it's all about cruising. Cruising is very expensive. Yeah, it is, but it doesn't have to be. If you know where to look and what to look for, you can actually get a very good price on your next cruise, because that's what I did. I did a transatlantic cruise from Southampton in England all the way over to New York City. It was 13 days and the total price was $511, which works out at $39 per day. That is a crazy price because that includes entertainment, travel, food, the accommodation, everything is included in a cruise. That's why I love cruising so much. But how did I find this price? It was a 13-day cruise and I made a vlog every single day, so go and watch that series if you didn't already. The video with the most views and comments on my channel is the one where I talk about the price, because everybody couldn't believe that I got that price. To be honest, I was very shocked at this price too. I booked it so fast. So how did I get this price and why was it so cheap? There's a few reasons why this cruise was very cheap, and this can help you get a very good price for your next cruise, because the price depends on a few different factors: the time of year, the cruise ship, the itinerary, what kind of cabin you have. There's so many factors that affect the price. Just like a hotel, if you stayed at a very expensive hotel in the peak season with everything included, of course it's going to be more expensive than other hotels. So cruising is no different. A lot of different things affect the price, and that's how I managed to get a very good price on my cruise. So I'm going to share one resource with you today. Just before you say, but Ben, there's better ways. Of course there's better ways, but this is just the way that I used. If you use the better way, then tell us. Share the knowledge, help everybody. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to help you get a better price on your next cruise, because it doesn't have to be very expensive. So the website that I want to share with you today is called Vacations to Go. I'm not sponsored by them. They haven't paid me a single penny to tell you about them. But this is the resource that I use to find a great price on my next cruise. And I look every single day because it gets updated every single day. You can filter it by exactly what you're looking for. Before we look at the website, the first tip I would give you is be flexible, because the time of year affects the price very much. Because if you look at the exact same cruise in the summer or a few months before the summer, the price is going to be so different, sometimes like half the price. So definitely try to be flexible. I know everybody can't, some people can only go on vacation in the summer, and that's fine, but you are going to be paying more than someone that goes in the spring or autumn or winter. So try and be flexible if you can, but I understand not everybody can, that's okay. But if you want to get the best price, be flexible. Like I said, my cruise was $511. That includes everything we already talked about, but there's a few different factors why it was so cheap. Number one is the time of year. This cruise was in October. So of course it's not the peak season. The waves were pretty big and it wasn't hot, it wasn't sunny. We got a few sunny days, but it was off season. So that's one factor. The second factor is it was a transatlantic cruise, or a repositioning cruise. The cruise ship was going from Europe over to the Caribbean for the winter. That's what most cruise ships do. So it's around this time actually. So the start of the spring, the start of the autumn, that's when the cruise ships change position, because most cruise ships in the winter, they're over in the Caribbean because Europe and the Mediterranean is too cold. So a repositioning cruise is a great way to get a good price, but they're usually very long. So my cruise was a 13-day cruise. Some people can't get 13 days off work or off school. That's okay. You can't do a 13-day cruise. But I was very flexible and luckily I could do a 13-day cruise. That's another way I got a great price, because most people can only get a 1-week vacation if they're lucky. So they're pretty restricted. So like I said, if you're flexible, you can definitely find some great deals. The next thing about my cruise is I don't drink, so I didn't have the drinks package and I didn't have the Wi-Fi package because I don't need it. And I'm very happy that I didn't get it, because I don't want to be sitting on social media when I'm sitting on a cruise ship. So if you need the Wi-Fi to work, that's okay. Then you need to buy it. I think it's around $40 a day or something. So it's going to push the price up a lot. And if you want the drinks package, great, get it. No one's going to argue with you, but I don't drink, so I didn't need it. This is the only time I'm going to talk about gratuities. You spend your money how you want to, and I will spend my money how I want to. You tip whatever you want, and I'll tip whatever I want. I'm never, ever, ever gonna talk about gratuities because I don't wanna tell anybody how to spend their own money. I'll do it my way, you do it your way, okay? One more thing about my cruise. I cruise solo and I cruise on the Norwegian Getaway with Norwegian Cruise Line. They have solo cabins. This is huge because if you didn't know, there's something called a single supplement, which basically means that if someone travels by themselves, usually the cruise line is going to charge you for 2 people because you're taking the space of 2 people, because most cabins are designed for 2 people. Of course, they have family suites and bigger rooms, but they're losing money if you cruise by yourself. So usually they're going to charge you twice, which, is it fair? I can understand both sides because I'm cruising alone, so why should I pay for 2? But then also I'm taking the space of 2 people, so I can understand both sides, but I don't want to pay for 2. But Norwegian Cruise Line has solo cabins. They're called studio cabins, and they're designed for 1 person. So you only pay for 1 person. So I did not have to pay a single supplement. So I paid for 1 person, which sounds crazy, but usually you're gonna be paying for 2 people if you cruise alone. Luckily, Vacations to Go has a feature that you can literally filter out what price it is for a solo cruiser, because let's be honest here, money is the #1 reason why people don't go on vacation. You know, maybe some people have time, maybe some people, everybody wants to travel. Well, not everybody, but most people want to travel, but it's expensive. It can be expensive, but if you're cruising solo in a solo cabin, you're gonna save so much. I mean, you're saving half, you know, because if I cruise on another cruise line, I would have paid double because I'm taking the space of 2 people. Anyway, enough yapping. Let's talk about Vacations to Go. This is what it looks like. There's so many features on this website that's gonna help you get a great price. You can see on the left-hand side here, it says find a bargain. You can literally filter every single thing that you want to look at. So if I only want to look at cruises in June, I'm gonna press June. It's only gonna show me June cruises. It's gonna save so much time. Next is the region. So I want to go to, let's see, the Bahamas. I want to go to the Bahamas in June. By the way, my computer's here, so sorry if I keep looking down, but show me the deals. These are all the cruises in June going to the Bahamas. I can filter by how long the cruise is. I can filter by the date. I can filter by where the cruise leaves, where the cruise ends. I can filter by the cruise line, but I can also filter by the price. So if I go to the end here, it says our brochure starting price and it says our starting price. So the brochure price is what the cruise line offers, and then our starting price is what Vacations to Go offers. So if I click on our starting price, now it's gonna filter the price by Vacations to Go prices, not the cruise line prices. So you can see straight away, I can get a 4-day cruise from Miami to Miami on MSC for $209 per person, okay, per person, because we're gonna talk about solo in a second, but all of these prices are per person. So of course, if you cruise with 2 people, double the price. But I can literally scroll down, and it's gonna give me every single cruise available in June going to the Bahamas. So if I go back to the top, if I filter by nights, I just wanna take a short cruise, here you go. It's gonna give me 3-day cruises, 4-day cruises. I don't have time to do a 7-day cruise. I don't need to waste time looking at 7-day cruises. And again, I can look at the prices here, but now it's filtered by how long the cruise is. So the longest cruise available in June going to the Bahamas, 14 days on board MSC Seascape, and this is how much it's gonna cost. So easy. But I don't want a normal cabin, I'm a millionaire. So if we go to the top here, I can press suite. Now it's gonna give me all of the suite prices. Again, I can filter by Vacations to Go prices. I can get a 3-day cruise from Port Canaveral to Port Canaveral on board MSC for $649 per person in a suite. In a suite, it's crazy. You can really see the different prices for the different cruise lines, because if you go right to the bottom here, the most expensive cruise in June to the Bahamas is on the Disney Magic 4-day cruise, $4,693 per person. Double it for 2 people. It's pretty expensive compared to MSC up here. Of course, you get what you paid for. So let's go back to the home page. So I've heard really great things about, I've heard great things about Norwegian Cruise Line. So I'm gonna choose Norwegian Cruise Line. I want to cruise in September. So I'm gonna choose September only on Norwegian Cruise Line. Show me the deals. Now it's just gonna show me Norwegian Cruise Line cruises in September. Again, I can filter by nights, how long the cruise is. I can see 7-day cruises. I can see 10-day cruises to Alaska. I have Asian cruises, Eastern Canada cruises, but we want to talk about price. So again, I can filter by our starting price. I can, let's go down to Mediterranean. So I can take a cruise, 7-day cruise from Athens, Greece to Lisbon, Portugal on board the Norwegian Getaway. That's the cruise that I went on for $819 per person. Again, you can see here, it's an 87% discount on vacations to go, because if you went to the Norwegian Cruise Line website, you're gonna get this price, the brochure price, okay? So all the prices we talk about today are gonna be on vacations to go. So like I said, I cruised solo. So let's look at the solo cruiser prices. So again, let's see, I wanna go in October. That's when I did my cruise. So October to October. I don't care which cruise line, I don't care where I'm going. And I wanna look at 7-day cruises. Show me the deals. So it's only gonna show me 7-day cruises in October only. It's not gonna show me the summer, it's not gonna show me Christmas, only 7-day cruises in October. So at the top here, it says change to cheapest rates for singles. If I click that, and now I click single occupancy price. This is the price for one person. Like I said, if you cruise in a normal cabin, it's designed for 2 people. So you're gonna pay for 2 people even if you cruise alone. But this is the price just for one person. I don't wanna pay double when I'm cruising alone. So let's take a look at the prices. So I can go to Alaska, Seattle to Seattle, 7 days for $1,258. That's one person. If we keep going down, the Bahamas, New York to New York, $538, that's for one person. If we go down to the Caribbean, Miami to Miami, $498. Keep going down, let's see, Mediterranean, Barcelona to Barcelona, 7 days on Costa, $880 per person, one person. We can keep going down. Mexico, Miami to Miami, $498 per person. That's one person. We're only looking at single prices here. Again, it can be as expensive as you want. If you want a suite, go for it. If you want to get the drinks package, go for it. But you can definitely get some great prices if you know where to look. Okay, so let's say I like the look of this Northern Europe cruise. It goes from Southampton to Southampton on board the MSC, $758 for one person. If I click the cruise number here, it's gonna show me the itinerary. It's gonna give me a map. So it goes from Southampton, Sea Hamburg, Sea Rotterdam, Belgium, I can't say that, Bruges, sorry Belgians, Paris Le Havre, nowhere near Paris, and back to Southampton. It's gonna give you the prices for every single cabin. So we can see here, an inside cabin, balcony cabin, ocean view, and a suite cabin. Remember, we're looking at single prices here. So this is gonna be for one person. Okay, let's have a little fun. Let's see what the most expensive cruise that I can book right now. So, of course, the most expensive one are gonna be the longest one. So let's just choose 60+ nights. No other filters, don't care when I go, don't care where it goes. 90-day cruise, 100-day cruise. Let's see the prices. Filter by our starting prices. 62-day cruise from Hong Kong to Southampton on the Cunard, $9,099 per person. Let's go down to the bottom because it's gonna be pretty expensive. So here's a 92-day cruise, Auckland, New Zealand to Vancouver, Canada on Viking, $106,000. Who are these people? Who are these people with $106,000 to go on a cruise? Who are they? Where are they? How do they get this money? It's crazy. Let's see, 109,000. Greenland to Buenos Aires in Argentina, 109,000. Who are these people booking these cruises? Let's see if there's a one more expensive. Let's see, 20,000, 50,000, $125,000. Barcelona to Sydney, Australia on Viking. Let's see where it goes. 125,000. It's crazy. Look at this map. That is a world cruise. That is a world cruise. Goes to Spain, France, Italy. Crazy. Croatia, Monaco, Israel, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Indonesia, Australia. Finishes in Sydney. Who are these people booking these cruises? 125,000? I bet it's amazing, but that's crazy. Is that the most expensive one? Can we beat 125,000? Let's see, 35,000, 109,000, 20,000, 125,000. I think that's going to be the winner. 50,000, 64,000, cheap. 109,000. Yeah, I think that's the winner. So there you go. The most expensive cruise that you can book right now is $125,000. That's per person. I forgot about that. Yeah, I think that's per person. Oh my gosh. Who are these people? Who are these people booking these cruises? Anyway, so let's look at solo prices for the longest cruises. Let's see, 15,000 for a 62-day cruise. Yeah, why not? Let's see, 89,000 New Zealand to South Africa, 71-day cruise. Let's see where this one goes. Look at this. New Zealand, Australia, Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, India. Crazy. South Africa. Who are these people booking these cruises? 79,000, 119,000. Solo cruise, 75 days. Should we go? Joking. Let's see if that's the winner. So 119,000, I think that's gonna be the 120,000. New York to Barcelona, 83-day cruise. Let's see where it goes. This is crazy. Look at that map. You literally see the whole world. So Canada, Greenland, Iceland, amazing place. Scotland. I don't want to pay, what is it? I don't want to pay $125,000 to go to Scotland. No, thank you. Denmark, Sweden, Germany, Norway. Back to Scotland. I need to pay $125,000 to go to Scotland twice. No, thank you. I'll pass on that one actually. 89,000, 176,000. Let's see where this one goes. Region, Lisbon to Lisbon. Look at this, Portugal, Spain, France, Belgium, Scotland. Why am I paying $176,000 to go to Scotland? Oh man, if you want to. So there you go. That's the kind of prices that people are paying for their cruises. So if you're very flexible with your time like me and you like to be spontaneous, there's a feature here called 90-day ticker. So if I click that, it's gonna only show me cruises in the next 90 days. So this is the last minute deals. You can get some very, very good deals here. So let's filter by our starting price. One thing that I don't like about this is you can't filter by solo prices. So every single price here is gonna be for 2 people. I can't figure out how to do solo prices, maybe you can't, but so for a 7-day cruise in like a month's time, Anchorage to Vancouver, $191 per person. For a 7-day cruise, that's a crazy price, 91% off. It's crazy. You can definitely get some good deals if you're flexible. 229 4-day cruise on Carnival, Miami to Miami, great price. Let's keep going down. Let's see if we can find a cheaper one. I think we can. So 8-day cruise, New York to New York on MSC, $299 per person. That's a crazy price for 8 days, crazy. Mediterranean, Barcelona to Valencia, $499, 7-day cruise, great price. Can we get one cheaper? $199 for a 3-day cruise, Los Angeles to Los Angeles, great price again. So there you go. So these are the prices in the next 90 days. Like I said, I check this pretty much every day because it changes every single day because they need to fill up the cabins. They don't want any empty cabins. One more thing about my cruise, I booked my cruise 2 or 3 weeks before the departure date. Some people book it like 2 years in advance. That's great. You know, if you can find a great cruise for a great price in 2 years, then book it. But I was literally last minute, like 2 or 3 weeks before the cruise. That's when I found it, that's when I booked it. So I do think that's another factor on why I got a great price, because usually they tell you to book it as soon as you can. But they need to fill up the cabins. You know, they'd rather take my $500 than have an empty cabin. So that's another reason why I got a great price. But of course, some people can't be as spontaneous. Some people need to plan. But if you are flexible, you can definitely get a great price, just like these ones. I think I found the cheapest cruise available now. So if I scroll down here, it says more cruise discounts. So if you're 55 plus, if you're military, if you're a teacher, then you can get discounts too. So if I press singles, and I don't care when I go, I don't care where I go, I'm just gonna filter by single prices, single occupancy price. Scroll down here, there's a cruise for $89. 3-day cruise, Dominican Republic to Miami on the Norwegian Sky. This is for one person, $89. There's your itinerary. Two ports, Dominican Republic, and then a sea day, then Miami. You know, if you can go on a cruise on April the 29th, then you're gonna get it for $89. It's crazy, crazy, crazy prices. So I'm gonna drop a bombshell and say that I did not book my cruise with Vacations to Go. I did not use a travel agent. I booked it directly through Norwegian Cruise Line, but I did use this website to find the cruise first. So is that cheating? I don't know, but it's a great tool. I've had so many cruisers use tools like this. There are other ones, I'm just telling you the one that I use, but there are similar websites like this, but I didn't book it through them. I found the cruise, then I went to Norwegian Cruise Line and I got a great price with Norwegian Cruise Line. Many people that you talk to, the first thing they will say about booking a vacation or a cruise is use a travel agent. That's great, you know, travel agents are very, very helpful. They can get you good prices. They have a lot of knowledge, but Do you need to use one? I don't know. I've never used one, so I can't, I can't advise on that. Definitely talk to one. Just because you talk to them doesn't mean you have to book a cruise through them or a vacation through them. But yeah, using a travel agent, I can't advise on that because I didn't use one, but I'm not telling you to not use one. I'm just saying that there's resources out there, talk to them, use websites like this, but you don't have to book through them if you don't want to. If you want to book a cruise through Vacations to Go, they're very kind. I actually did have a call with Vacations to Go when I made an account. You can make a free account, and they gave me a call and they said, what are you looking for? And they were so kind. And I said, I'm cruising solo. I don't care when I go. I don't care where I go. I'm very flexible. Like, what can you do for me? I want to go for a 7 to 14 day cruise, and they literally gave me so many options. So if you want to book with a travel agent or a website like this, then great. If you don't want to, then great. You can definitely get some great deals too directly with the cruise line. Maybe they can give you a free drinks package or a discount on something, free excursion or something. Then definitely talk to everyone, because booking a cruise is some people go on one cruise their whole life. It's definitely a vacation of a lifetime for many people, and you want to do it right, and you want to get the itinerary that you want, but it's really up to you how you book your cruise. So we haven't even talked about itineraries today, but like I said, I'm very flexible. So if there's a great cruise for a great price over in the Bahamas, then luckily I can go. And a lot of people can't travel. So if there's a great cruise in Europe, people in America, they can't do it, So definitely figure out how long you can cruise for, because if you only have a week's vacation, there's no point looking at a 10-day cruise, because you can't do it. You need to go back to work or whatever. Another thing is the itinerary. If you want to sit on beaches, then go to the Caribbean. If you want to see some culture, walk around some cities, and go to Europe. You definitely need to know what kind of itinerary that you want, because a cruise is not like going on a cruise there's so many different aspects on going on a cruise, and some people don't even care about the itinerary. They just want to go on the ship, and that's great. Ships is another thing we haven't even talked about, because smaller ships, bigger ships, just because the ship is bigger does not mean it's better, by the way, because you can do a 7-day cruise on the Icon of the Seas, the biggest cruise ship in the world, and you won't even see the whole ship. You won't even see all of the people. Some people like to make friends, and they like to see the same people every day. On a bigger ship, you might not do that, but on a smaller ship, of course, there's going to be less stuff available. And one great thing about smaller ship is, especially places like Alaska, the big ships cannot go to Alaska. Like physically, the ships cannot fit in the ports. So if you want to go to places like Alaska and let's see, the Pacific Islands, I think, there's a few itineraries that the bigger ships, they physically cannot go there. So you might be limited to the smaller ships, but don't think that's a bad thing. And just because a ship is older, don't think that's a bad thing either, because you might get a great price on an older ship. And like I said, just because a bigger ship, it doesn't mean it's better. So there you go. That is just one resource that I want to share with you. Does anybody use this website? Does anyone use another website? I know there's others out there. So let me know. Let's share some knowledge. Let's help each other get a great price on a cruise, because cruising is great. I definitely recommend cruising for everybody. If you're a family, if you're solo, if you're a couple, go on a cruise. Cruising used to be just for old people, but it's not anymore. They have water slides, they have roller coasters, they have ice skating. They have so many great things now for families, for couples, for children. It's great. It's really great. And like I said, everything is included in the price. So when you go to a hotel, you're just paying for the hotel. You need to get your own food, unless you're all-inclusive, of course, but you need to get your own food, you need to get your own entertainment, you need to travel, you need to go and see stuff. But when you're on a cruise, everything is included. You're gonna be traveling every day. You're gonna be, I was gonna say 3 meals a day, but if you wanna have 5 meals a day, you can do whatever you want. Cruising is great, and it doesn't have to be expensive. Of course, it can be expensive. If you're on a newer ship, if you go in the summer, the prices are going to literally be double, more than double than if you went on the winter. So definitely try and be flexible and try and go in the off season. Of course, you need to think about stuff like weather, because like I said, if you just want to go to beaches, then go to the Caribbean in the summer. It's going to be so hot. There's going to be so many people. It's going to be very crowded, and you're going to pay a lot more than if you went in the spring. So try and be flexible and get the details down of what you want to do, what you want to see. Because if you want to go snorkeling, don't go to Europe. It's simple. Not all cruises are the same, not all itineraries are the same, not all ships are the same, and it's going to be different depending on what time of year that you cruise. Like I said, my cruise was in October, didn't have the best weather, but I didn't care. I still had a great time, and I still got a great price. Let me know when your next cruise is. Let me know if you found this video interesting and informative. I hope that it helps you in some way. But thank you so much for watching. We're going to be traveling again very soon. Hopefully we're going to be going on a cruise very, very soon. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.